The Cross Canada Tour is basically what we've been doing in Toronto over the last few months, but from coast to coast. So as you can see behind me, we have collected hundreds of student-designed warning labels. We do workshops in schools where I don't even need to tell students about climate change. They know about climate change. They're worried about it. I share with them this idea, and they get so excited about the idea. And we ask them to, what worries you about this issue? So it's kind of cathartic too. A student gets to express themselves. And I say, put that in a warning label. We will show it to adults. I have been talking to lots of city councilors here in Toronto and in other municipalities, and I want to show them these labels, right? Because these labels are way more compelling than our professionally designed labels, which, to our graphic designer, you did an amazing job, but imagine hearing these concerns from youth, right? The amazing thing, though, is I tell them about the accessibility of municipal government, and I say, you know what, the only way this bylaw is going to get passed is if you are represented, your voice and your concerns are represented at City Hall. The beautiful thing about the municipal level of government is citizens, when this motion is tabled at the committee level, kids can show up at City Hall and say, this is my name. I am concerned about climate change. This is about my future. And we have a growing list here in the City of Toronto from all these workshops that we've done of young people that are going to take the microphone and courageously speak for their own future. So we're going to take this model and take it coast to coast. Your job over the next few months is coordinating that tour. And as you know, we have a database with the contact information of every single elementary school and high school in all of Canada. We've also created our own database with something like 400 college and university campus clubs that are, the environmental club, the sustainability club, the wilderness club, etc. And we're going to take this from coast to coast, tell people about our idea, tell them a lot of things that I told you, why it's a compelling idea, and let them know that they can bring this to their own communities. They can advocate for it. And it's one of these rare instances where they would be creating a global precedent. Their voice can actually change the world. The fun thing, too, is as we're going from coast to coast, we're collecting warning labels. So these fun warning labels you see behind me, we've got hundreds of them now. We're going to have thousands of them. And the objective is, after we've done this coast-to-coast tour, come back to Toronto and in a large gallery, in a large space, cover the walls. I don't want to see the walls at all. These will be covered with thousands of youth-designed warning labels that are effectively kids telling adults, telling politicians, people that represent their interests, and it is the decisions that they make, that we make, that will shape their future, telling politicians that, you know what, we're ready to get real on climate change. We are ready to face the climate change. Face climate change, so that's one, get real about this, but two, our hashtag, face the change. It's also about facing this change that's inevitable, that's actually quite a desirable, positive change. So that's the game plan. I think youth, coast to coast, Canadian kids are going to change the world. So you've got some calls to make and some emails to send. Thanks, Michelle.